Hello!
Oh, hello! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dom and Tom Sit Talking Hobby, episode 63. We're back, baby!
Yes!
Yep, a handsome man from Hull is back.
Oh, God. Handsome man from Hull. Oh, man. What 2 weeks.
Yeah, there we go.
Man. For those who don't know, I think we've missed 4 weeks now because I think just before I went away to Hull, I couldn't stream. In fact, I think both couldn't stream that week, could we? And then we had a little. Then it was like, and I went, oh, we'll do it next week. And I went, oh, yeah, I'm in Hull. I then got to Hull and I was trying to do the stream. How the connection up there was awful. I couldn't even use my phone to tether. It was horrible. Horrible.
Not good.
But
we had 1 week of just me, and everyone was very good and very, very polite, and we did well, didn't we, everybody?
Well, I tried to help in chat. If that was, I hope that was at least vaguely helpful.
Yes, it was very entertaining. We've got a couple of new faces tonight. Hello, new people. Good to see you. And hello, the rest of the Black Toad family.
Mike Hayes has popped in. Saying
hello, Mike.
He's a simple man. He sees word bearer and Black Temple and he clicks the button. Do you know what? That is the best reason to come to this channel. Is if you like those two armies, there's a fair bit of content for you.
Yeah, Mike, you are gonna love it here.
And you know,
word bearers and Black Templars. That's all we love more than anything. So tonight we're going to cover a bit of hobby stuff as always. We're also going to go through the painting challenge from Discord. So it's been for a couple of weeks, so we'll go through them tonight. Also, there is another challenge which we'll go through afterwards. But before any of that starts, Tom, what are you working on tonight?
Well, very conveniently, Black Templars. So we have some of these eradicators. I have 6 of these on the go. We have a Primaris Chaplain and a Primaris Chaplain on a bike. That is my current workload at the moment because, I mean, these are all for a tournament coming up next weekend, so I've got to get my skates on. My plan was to do this in Hull, obviously, in the evenings I had off. However, that did not materialise for the 2 weeks, so I'm a little bit behind. I should be all right, though. As Dom knows, when I get my skates on, I can paint fairly quickly. What about yourself, though?
So I am working on some word bearers. Plague Marine word bearers. They are in part assembly, so they can't really kind of go anywhere with that. There's one of them. Also got a couple of Necrons on the go. So I have got the anniversary model there. Also got an Overlord here going on, so I'll be working on those a bit tonight. What about you lovely people in the chat? Well, of course, we invite you to do some hobby with us.
Please do. Don't just sit there and listen.
Yeah, listen to our verbal diarrhea and do some hobbies as well. So, put down what you're working on tonight. Be good to see what you're all kind of chipping away on. Adam, Dom's made an effort tonight. I always make an effort.
You talking about your shirt? I reckon you just run out of spare shirts.
Well, I had to do some buttons up before we went live.
Oh dear,
missed out on that show.
Missed out. Grateful.
Walking to the pub. Oh, nice. Working through a KFC and zombies. Nice.
Hopefully not the same thing.
Oh, the shirt. Yeah, there you go. Black Templar. Oh, company veterans. Very nice.
I mean, yeah, this is
terrain. Very good. What terrain are you working on, Mr. Blue? As Tom has popped a little link in the chat there for our Discord. Come along and check us out. Plenty of painting challenges. Lots of lovely people there to join in your hobby.
Come join the Black Toad community.
Yeah, be a little tadpole. Be a little Black Toad tadpole.
Is that what we're doing? Is in tadpoles?
Yeah.
We need to come up with something soon, I think. We need to come up with like a membership system.
A little silhouette of a little tadpole.
I have worked on some stuff for YouTube, I'm not going to lie, but that's not ready for the public eye yet.
Isaac's working on Black Legion.
We have to do more content to make it worthwhile.
Don't know about that, it's overrated. Vicky is working on Berserkers still.
Lovely.
Yeah, nice. Very good. So, Tom, I'm going to run through my day. I don't know if people follow us on Facebook and Instagram, but I put a couple of photos up earlier. So, as you mentioned earlier, you're working on your Black Templars for this tournament we're going to.
I am.
So we're going with a couple of mates as well. Dave Holland, who's in the chat tonight, and Daryl. I haven't seen Daryl say hello yet. I'd imagine he's doing that
I
or playing
can
WoW.
check if he's on the other thing. Let's have a quick look.
Yeah.
No,
but
he's
essentially,
not actually. He's not.
oh, maybe he's recovering.
Felpire is.
Very hot day. So they came over. We tried some games out. So I'm taking Necrons to this list. Daryl is taking Death Guard, and David Holland is taking the Wolves of Fenris. So first game we played was Death Guard versus Necrons, and it was another pretty stonking victory for the Necrons. 74 victory points to 42. And my Satan demolished Mortarion before Mortarion could even blink or raise his weapon. He was dead. It was absolutely brutal. A bit demoralising, I think, for poor old Daryl. But yeah, no, really, really good game. Made a couple of little mistakes that I really need to learn from. And trying to work out a little tactic around them as well. But I think the trial games are kind of helping a little bit, trying to work through some of the bugs in the list.
I just wish I could have been there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know, but you're playing some trial games next week, aren't you?
Yes, I have the same two people over. Sadly, not Dom, because in the flip side of the thing, Dom can't make it that day because that's just the kind of world we're living in at the moment.
Awkward.
Just sucks, but that is the working life that we are committed to. Sadly.
Yeah, definitely. And then we had Space Wolves versus Death Guard. It was a very interesting game. It was quite nice just to watch a game and kind of see it and notice how people
take
play.
it in.
Take it in, because I was kind of finding myself like wanting to say things, but at the same time not wanting to say things as well. Because you end up like seeing it from a different point of view. Like you're not involved in it, so you don't get your blood up, kind of going, yeah, I need to kill these units. You're kind of thinking of a tactical point. And it started off pretty strong for the Space Wolves. Got a couple of early points in. Mortarion died early once again, unfortunately for Daryl. He ran into a few dreadnoughts and just got destroyed. Ooh. Yeah, very sad indeed. Then the Death Guard had a bit of a comeback, took out a few. Space Wolves dropped in Lord of Contagion with some Death Shroud Terminators at the back. Came in, did a bit of damage. Caught up points wise, and unfortunately at the end the Space Wolves just got it. They just got it, and it was very close. It's like 4 points in it.
I know, Jack, it is hard to believe sometimes.
What? Look, have you seen my hair? Like, this is literally the climate. There's no chance of me balding. It's crazy.
I'm having a slightly opposite issue. I don't know. Well, I'm getting it's just getting there. It's good. I'm glad it started now in my late 30s. It's good.
Yeah, very short haircuts. Keep it long on top. Sweet comb over.
Yeah, if Tom actually did have a haircut, you'd realise that it's only grown from one spot on his scalp.
It's just really kind of whirled up, like a Mr. Whippy.
And hello, Underdog Painting. Welcome as usual. Nice to see you here again tonight.
Yes, welcome.
So yeah, I mean, I think I'm looking forward to playing some games. I will admit.
It'd be good to see what the Templars can do.
I know. I wanted to play you with. I want to see if I can beat your Necrons.
I don't. Like, I think we just say before the stream. I don't know how well they'll be against like top lists. To be honest, I'm relatively confident in their ability, but I know full well that I know where their flaws are. So I'm
depends who turns up on the day.
Yeah, exactly. Depends who you draw, and if you can.
Dom, you know what's going to happen.
Avoid...
You know what's going to happen. First game, you versus me.
Yeah.
That's happened That's actually happened more times than it should happen, I think, in some of the tournaments we've been to. So you're at this table. Oh, I see. We're playing each other again. We do this every week. So
on the bottom tables we go.
Yeah, we either meet on the bottom tables or on the first game and knock ourselves to the bottom tables.
Yeah. Oh, just sit. Yeah, yeah. Playing on tables next to each other.
But,
You
hi.
again.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. First time.
No, no, no.
But you know, no, I don't go with the impression that I'm gonna do well. I'm just hoping not to do terribly. That's
Mm.
pretty much.
No, that's fair enough. I might actually, while we're sitting here talking about lists, I might just I'll put my list up on here actually and see what people think because I'm going to share this out onto. So I'm going to stick it in our chat so I can grab it, Dom, just so that in case you're wondering why the weird stuff is showing up. So
Okay, go for it,
I'll see if I can actually share this. I'm not sure I can actually.
Mr. Blue. That is actually my main plan. I'm kind of hoping that doesn't come up that I have to play against Admech. But yeah, we'll see. See how
Yeah,
fortunate I
they're
am with
quite
that one.
brutal at the moment, aren't they? Actually.
Yeah.
Actually, to be fair, I can't do this because the screen's not going to be big enough to fit this on there. So I'm going to abandon that idea. We'll leave that for the moment.
What do you want to run through your list quickly, Tom?
I mean, I can do. Let me
So
see
what
here.
have you got as your HQ for 2,000 points?
So,
And you're
well,
playing Black Temp.
yeah, we're playing Black Templars. So, okay, so we've got a battalion. I didn't go too crazy with various bits and pieces. So we have a Primaris chaplain who is running Fire's Devotion, Litany of Hate, and Rites of War.
Is he on a bicycle?
No, he's the one on foot. Well, he'll be an impulsor to be fair, because he's going to be riding with some Blade Guard veteran. But he has the Rites of War, so that he gives models around him the secure objective ability.
Yep.
Which I thought would be quite handy on Blade Guard veterans. I also have Primaris Chaplain on a bike, who is also my warlord. I've given him Inspirational Fighter, which I'm not quite sure I'm going to keep. That's one. I think that's one where you get additional AP within 6 inches of him when you're in melee. I think it is.
This is a terrible beer. Sorry, I'm just putting it out there.
Oh no!
Got to do
I thought
Doom
Doombar was
buys.
alright.
Oh no.
Maybe
From the. Yeah, not good. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
I took Emperor's Judgment, which if I remember correctly, means that no rerolls can be taken against him of any kind. So no rerolls to hit or wound, which I thought was quite a nice little thing. I then went into some old school and I decided to take the Emperor's Champion.
Yes.
I haven't taken in a competitive game probably for probably many years, I think.
How many points is the Emperor's Champion?
80 points.
Oh man, 80 points. You can't go wrong.
No, he's
points, can
and he's going to transport. He's going to be a transport. He's not on a foot, so I've given him something. So, and then basically, I then with my troops, I went with 2 squads of 10 assault intercessors.
Yep.
To really nail home. Well, Dom knows what they're like when they get their attacks off. They are horrendous. I then took 2 backfield standard 5-man intercessor squads, which are just there for holding objectives really. 2 squads of Blade Guard veterans, 1 4 and 1 3. A squad of company veterans with 5 power fists. Yeah. Primaris Apothecary with a Selfless Healer. Upgrade to Chief Apothecary. And then 2 Eradicator squads with 3 each. 2 Impulsors with the Shield Dome. And a Rhino. That's it.
Very nice.
By the fact that everyone seems to have logged off, I'm assuming that bored the hell out of everyone.
Well, I wasn't bored, Tom.
So,
but yeah, no, I think you did quite. Look, they're coming back now. They know it's over.
They're like, oh, you stopped talking about his list now.
Yeah, they're like, just WhatsApp me when he's finished. I'll come back. Can you just hit mute? No, I'm making a point. I am leaving.
But yeah, that's what I'm taking. So I'm just finishing up the last bits of this because I hadn't done the Eradicators yet, and I hadn't got the 2 Primaris Chaplains done because they've been sitting on my paint bench for a while. This is a good excuse to do because the Primaris Chaplain on a bike is actually very good for a Space Marine HQ, especially for Templars. So looking forward to seeing if he can do some damage or at least do some good buffing. So anyway,
it sounds pretty Templar-esque as well, which I quite like.
Yeah, I think the most un-Templar really... is the Eradicators, maybe.
Yep. But Tom, you know, 3/4, of your army is
combat. Yeah.
Very, you can't go pure combat.
No, I think I had a look at doing it. I tried the Terminators out as well, but I think it unbalanced the list too much. It needed a little bit of punch just to try and deal with some vehicle threats, and Eradicators are pretty good at that, obviously. So yeah, so that's where I'm at, and so I'm just painting off the last
Very
7
nice.
models for that list, and then they're done and ready to go. So yeah,
Sounds good. Sounds good. Very nice.
just need some more practice games.
Yes, you do. Yeah, so I kind of learnt a couple of mistakes playing that game. I don't know if ever any other Necron player has this, but obviously the Veil of Darkness is the best thing to have for your relic, which essentially, for those who don't know, enables your Warlord and another squad to teleport across the battlefield. So when I'm running my 10 Lich Guard with swords and boards, I've now demoted him to a Lord rather than an Overlord. Teleport him across the battlefield. You charge your Lich Guard in because you got a reroll on your charge with your Warlord trait, which is Implacable Conqueror.
Nice.
You get +1 as well because I've gone to Novok. So it's an 8-inch charge rather than 9. Great. The problem is I then get my Warlord out of. He can't charge in because I've suddenly got a 10-man squad of Lich Guards standing right in front of him. So Alan's like, oh, he's by himself. So I'm thinking a way of getting around that. It's a bit of a problem.
I'm sure you'll work it out.
Yeah. I think with the dynastic codes, I've got a plan how to save him. But yeah, it's
If
a
you
bit
tell me that before
frustrating.
we play our game, that'd be great.
Yeah, I will do. Yeah.
Your entire game plan, that'd be grand.
And of course, the Black Templar Codex. Well done, Jack.
Well,
I'm surprised.
yeah.
Shut up about this.
Look, I'm doing it out of respect for you, who's been basically sucking on lemons all week.
No. Like I said, I'm very happy that you get another codex.
Yeah, but
And I just hope, as a community, you Black Templar players are a bit more grateful second time around, because us poor Wordbearer players are still waiting for us.
It won't be a codex, it'll be a supplement. You know this.
Oh, poor you. Not a supplement. Oh, no.
For those who don't know, Dom's rather upset that the Space Marine base army is getting another book before the Chaos Wordbearer. Well, actually, you know what? We're saying all this. We don't even know what it is yet. It was just a cutscene with a Templar, obviously, praying away. So, I mean,
Yeah, maybe it's nothing.
it could.
Maybe they like just doing animation.
No, it could be related to something else. We don't know. It could be the video. It could be.
Could be a Warhammer Plus
Exactly.
series.
There's so many other options nowadays. You can't
I
guarantee.
mean, Tom, it's a codex. Let's not be around the bush here. It's a codex.
I don't want to get my hopes up. That's why I keep my mouth shut. I've been waiting so many years. So many years. But you've had supplements and new chaos codexes. I've been folded into so many codexes. We're down to 1 page.
Oh, didn't. Poor Black Templars.
You started the heresy.
What are you expecting? Yeah, I know. If we didn't, Warhammer 40,000 would be very boring. It'd be like, all the Xenos are dead. What do we do?
Book of Fire time. Book of the Fire time. They got the Wolf time. Is that the one you mean? So that was the other book that got announced, wasn't it? Wolf time.
Yeah, but Hammer time. More hair. So, Tom, what are you expecting from the Black Templar Codex?
I mean, if I'm totally honest,
what would you like to see?
I would just, I mean, the main thing that as much as it may sound a bit boring, I just want our rules in one place without having to read through FAQs. I'd like a new Emperor's Champion model in a Primaris suit of armor, and one of the characters to be Rubicon Primaris as well. Not both. I don't necessarily want both. Just one of them. I think I would prefer Grimoldus personally.
Okay.
Because he's one of the more iconic being a chaplain, I'd say he's much more iconic. I mean, obviously Hellbreak's a very cool character as well, but he's he's not bad as he is really, I suppose. Plus, he's been fairly injured recently.
I think you'll get a new Hellbrick model.
I think it'll be a Hellbrick model as well. I would love a Grimoldus model, but I think it will be Hellbrick.
Yeah, and Primaris Emperor's Champion.
Yeah, I think those are the two we'll get, and then just some upgrade kits would be lovely, back like the ones we had, but with a bit more variation on them.
Oh yeah, forget you used to have a Black Templar.
It's still available, but it's obviously the kits really don't match up with many of the new models now.
Yeah. Shame that,
Because
isn't
obviously
it?
we had the don't you Jesus such
I flipped it back. You thought I was being nice.
it's so great.
Your Space Marine privilege is showing.
But no, I would like the tabars to fit on the marine models again. Because at the moment they've got when you try and fit them together, the new kits the toggles are on the wrong way and stuff, so they don't clip together anymore. Plus they're not compatible with assault intercessors, so I mean maybe we'll get a new kit, Dom.
Yeah, I think you deserve a new kit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm just going with it now, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, you should.
I'm just accepting it. You'd be doing the same thing if it was word bearers.
I would have a heart attack if it was word bearers. I'd be currently at the hospital bed going, the word bearer codex.
Dom, don't go. I bought it all for you. Don't die.
Yeah. Yeah, let me just push
Just
it
to
over here
burn
by
it
this
in front
machine.
of you. It was all I got our mate to fabricate all of this.
Unbelievable.
Sealed him in a room. Did a fake press release from Games Workshop. Hired the two guys that do the stream.
Yeah, he'll love this. He'll find it so funny. So people in the chat, what are you hoping for when it comes to the Black Templar Codex?
It's not happening. No, I can't believe it.
Hopefully, a word bearer bit.
Word bearer section in it.
Right, I'm not. I know I keep going on about it, and I don't mean to, but it does annoy me a lot. It's just
I was
like,
waiting.
why?
As soon as his
Why
voice.
have we still got one wound?
Mate,
And they're like,
I
know
said
how
this
to
at the
solve the
beginning.
problem. I know how we're going to solve the problem. Let's release the Black Templar Codex. That will solve all the chaos problems.
Mate, I said this at the very beginning, and you were like, "Oh, it'll happen soon." It will happen soon. I said, "I just."
No, it's just a little
I
bit.
think it's taking
It's
longer
like,
because I think the chaos release is going to be big. That's why I think it's taking longer.
well, I hope so.
I think it's going
But
to be a big chaos release.
I just hope that in any book or any FAQ, they just go, everyone's got an extra wound. I don't need a whole page to say this. I'm having 2 paragraphs. One to explain the situation, and the other to add the wounds to the below units.
But then you got to do the point cost as well, haven't you?
That'll be in an FAQ anyway.
No, what will happen is.
But I mean, I think I was listening to Honest Wargamer the other day, and someone was saying about the cost of obliterators compared to the Admech Dragoons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's like, what? So yeah, so from a non-salty point of view, it's just frustrating because I want to play Chaos Space Marines and be on a level playing field with someone, not go, no, I refuse to have the extra wound. No, don't give me charity.
I mean, I've had to hold back in our games, to be fair.
No, I'm not rapid firing, just single shot. No double tap.
My heavy bolters aren't too damaged for this game. Don't worry about it.
We're firing blanks and rubber bullets.
And also, my chainsaws don't give -1 AP. Don't worry, it's fine. Just for you, Dom. Just for you.
Yeah, exactly. So
anyway, I feel like we've gone on a fair bit. We should probably reveal the challenge results. I think. What do you reckon?
Let's do it.
Fine.
Before people.
So anyway, for those who are new here, we normally set a challenge once every 2 weeks where we have a specific topic, which essentially goes, do these models in this way, or do this in this way, or paint it in this way, etc., etc. And then you have 2 weeks to do it, and then everyone adds their entries into Discord, and we then do what we're doing now, is where we go through who's the best ones were, and who, well, not the best one. Whoever wins the challenge, they're all good. Everyone wins, that kind of thing. We're not really, there's not a prize or anything. It's more of a just to sort of challenge you guys to do some painting. So about 4 weeks ago, I think I set a challenge for doing a dynamic duo. Basically, I think was the overall premise of it, if I remember correctly.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So two models that are sort of together. That work together, or like brothers, sisters, whatever, or fighting partners, all that kind of stuff. And here is what you guys came up with. So we'll start here then. Are you ready, Dom?
I am ready. Are you ready, Tom?
Number 1 going on now, and Dom's going to tell you who these are because I didn't have time to research who did what, and I've been a little bit disconnected from the painting side of things. So
I can do this.
boom.
I can do this. I'm going to guess some of these, and then we'll go back into it. Right. So this one is Piggins, and we then have Carl Jericho and Skebsy.
Right.
So for those who don't know, they are Necromunda hired guns. There's like a comic series on them, and
there's also a game.
Yeah, so there you go.
Is in the game in hired gun. He's in the game.
Well, there you go. So they're very nice models. I don't know if they've had one rendition or another, but I really like this. It's a good bit of work there on like the highlighting on the greens there on his jacket.
Hair's good as well.
Yeah. Hair's a lot harder than you initially kind of think, isn't it? But yeah, no, really good work there. Nice bit of work on Scabsy there. I don't know what pistol he's got there. That's some little stub gun. Is that a stub gun? Must be a stub gun.
Yeah, well, I assume it's going to be some special one.
Yeah, but yeah, no, really nice. I like this one. Tom, do you want to add into that one?
I think looking at the detail on the models, these are probably quite tough to paint. I think because the size of them isn't huge, is it? From a scale point of view. And yeah, I love the hair on it. The green highlighting on the coat on there is fantastic. And I think the posing helps these models quite a bit as well from a painting point of view because they're quite open models. I really like. I love the blue on the other one on Scabsy. It looks really cool. And that little jut of yellow on the shoulder there. Nice set there. And again, the hair on both looks really really good in my opinion. Not to mention just general both faces look really good.
Yeah, it's a good bit of work there with the definition on the flesh, isn't it?
Indeed.
And great posing of the models anyway. He's not responsible for the posing of the models.
No.
However, Gabs definitely is very nice little pose there as he's kind of running forwards with his little.
So who was that from, by the way?
Piggins.
Piggins. Is that someone new?
No, it's his first entry actually.
Sleeper painter.
Sleeper painter.
Nice. Well done, Piggins.
So well done. Clap, 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 clap. Fan yourself.
Next one in the list is what I'm going to call number 2, which is basically because it's what I called it, number 2.jpg. So, oh, okay, that's a bit too big. Oh my god. There we go.
In the face.
So I think is Isaac did this one. Is that correct?
It is Isaac. Yeah, yes. It's a renegade commander and proxy demon. For the demon prince of Khorne. So yeah, there you go. Do you want to go first on this one?
Yeah, sure. Now Isaac. I'm just gonna say I'm sure I've seen a couple of these before. I'm not maybe one of them, maybe the commander. Maybe to correct me if I'm wrong. However, I think the bit on the left is a fairly new addition to your army. Who he's very fittingly put a lovely stand through the chest of the Imperial Fist, which slightly hurts me here a little bit. Yeah, coming from an Imperial Fist family.
Imperial Fist family. He's not even talking about the game.
No, it's in real life. Dawn's my dad.
Yeah.
He's all right, by the way. It's fine.
Oh, good. I was wondering. He just took time out.
He's been chilling for years. He's been just baking.
Yeah.
That's how he lost his hand, really. Sorry. Anyway, I digress.
Daddy Dawn.
But yeah, nice attempt on the wings on that Demon Prince as well. Very cool. And yeah, what about you, Dom?
Yeah, like similar to what you said there. I think it's quite an interesting kind of wing thing on the jetpack there, using the warp talon kind of fins. I think they are. So it's quite a large
Helldrake wings.
Tiny Helldrake babies, little Helldrake hatchlings. Pop the wings off.
Wow, I need these.
Come here. Oh, aren't you cute? Come here.
Oh god. Oh dear. Anyway, well done. Well done.
Yeah, lovely. Well done. Clap, 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 clap,
Before we
clap,
go
clap.
too far down a route we can't return from. And now we're going to go to one that I call number 3. Now, I'm going to guess by the style on this. Was this Aaron?
Look, I'm not going to tell you who did what, okay? But yes, that was Aaron.
I thought so. Sorry. Now, I'm getting to know some painting styles because he's got it's the palette he uses, I think, in
Yeah.
the color palette. So you can start this one, David.
Okay, so one of my favorite things about this is the German Shepherd hair, which lines the backdrop here and kind of comes into the foreground. I quite like that aspect
It's
of it.
terrain.
Terrain. But jokes aside,
Yeah.
once again, Aaron has done a smashing job there. Nice bit of weathering on the guy on the left on his armor there, just above, I think on his left thigh. You see that? Nice bit of work on there as well as on the sword. It's just the tiny bits of detail that he chucks in there,
Yeah.
and it's just a thing of beauty. I kind of want to get back into that more time just so I can play against Aaron and
I
his
think we tried it once, didn't we, a long time ago
band.
on your I
Yeah.
think on your front to your breakfast table in your old flat.
Yeah. It's one of those games that
Yeah.
pop up now and again. But I think it's one of those ones that you have to invest a lot of like money into terrain, really.
Terrain, definitely, yeah.
But no, it's really nice. Like just the work, the depth on the clothing there on the guy on the right. It's just it's great work, Aaron. Very
Good
impressive.
stuff. Good stuff. Indeed,
Do
I
you want
agree.
to add any more to that,
No,
Thomas?
I like the main, obviously the guy with the sword there. I think the things I like about this particular type of model as well is the armor, and because obviously a lot of it's quite a bit of clothing, and I think in these models the clothing comes out really nicely. Just in general, like the leather, and also the shoulder, not shoulder, the arm tucked into into what would be the glove. It just looks really good. And they got good beards.
They have got good beards. I think the thing I like about these models, not just generally these two, but fantasy models over 40k models, is that you can tell they are from the same like warband faction, etc. However, it's quite subtle in some ways. They've got all different types of clothing underneath their armor. Their armor isn't necessarily painted in particular colors of their faction. However, it's little bits there that are kind of added in. You go, oh,
It
well,
leans
that is
much more towards a skirmish style game with linked, very subtle links between the people in the same squad. It's
yeah,
whereas obviously 40k everything's done in a very regimented fashion.
yeah,
You could even say it about orcs on some way. Orc boys look, it's an orc boy, and they're even though they're not, they've got subtle differences. They're very regimented, just like every other 40k army, really.
exactly. And I
It's
mean, you look at any space marine or
yeah,
chaos space marine, and it's literally like just like go in the booth,
yeah.
stand there, put your arms up, and spray you.
Ooh, ding,
Yeah.
ooh, ding.
Yeah, and that's the same with guard as well. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, here's like 10,000 uniforms. There you go, put them on. You're all the same.
But
Um,
anyway, we digress because we're
yes,
obviously
yeah.
very
So
good
well
job.
done, Aaron.
Yes.
Well done. Clap, 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 clap.
And we have number 4. Oh, was this Orkster?
Look, I can't tell you. If you don't know, you don't know. Okay.
Might not be.
Yeah, it was Orkster. Yeah.
It was. See again because I think
100%.
having done the Blood Bowl stuff recently, the snotling grotling thing looks quite similar in a paint style kind of way. So obviously here as a
Well,
duo we have an orc and a grot.
it's
Um,
Gorzag, Git Stomper, and
Gorzag
Nickit.
Git Stomper. Ah, you had the name. Fantastic.
Yeah, I just
Very.
know the name.
You didn't know. You looked it up.
Maybe
It's okay if you did. It's fine.
100%.
But no. Really. Yeah. If I'm telling you honest, I love the main orc in this. He looks really cool. The pose on him's fantastic. Even with the fact that the helmet's sort of just over the eyes, looking down, and gives that really good. That face just looks really cool. And again, really good metals on that as well. Actually, very kind of a chromatic effect.
Yep.
But in a very kind of jeweled. And I love the box of shells on the ground. That's a nice touch and detail. And his little mate he's carrying his loot around for him, or ammo, I presume.
Yeah, no, Nickit. He's probably
Yeah.
stolen it.
No. Vortex
Yeah.
he looted
No,
it.
Grots do. I love the skin tone.
Mm.
I think with orcs, something that I've tried before when I've done a couple of orcs is just to get the right skin tone, because it's quite an intimidating thing from coming out. I'm like, how do I do that properly? And I think orcs has really got it here, especially on the grot's nose and face there. It's looking really, really tasty.
Yeah.
So great job on that. And I love any callback to a green base like that. Really, it's quite nice, isn't it? It's just like,
Well,
here
yes,
we go.
it suits orcs as well in some way.
Yeah, and it's a nice sculpt as well. This sculpt isn't one that's kind of like I've seen it occasionally, and I went to our local GW. I can't remember when, but they had stacks of that model just everywhere. They're just like, oh, we can't clear it. And looking at it now, I'll be like, that is a nice model. If you're an orc player, that's a good one to have.
Yeah, but in general, I think we're going to say very well done.
Yes,
Mr.
well
Orkster.
done, orc. Clap, 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 clap,
And then we
clap.
have our final entry for tonight,
Dun, 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 dun.
which would be, if I can find it, number 5. And I'm not sure who's done this one.
All right, no one help him.
No, honestly, I can't tell. I would have
Okay,
almost said Aaron, but
it's not Aaron.
yeah, it's not Aaron because he's always had an entry already. But it's
Okay,
yeah,
I could help you here.
go on
I
then.
could tell you that he is always after more loot from me in particular. He's after 5 teeth. He is a warden of the north, and he pretty much enters quite a lot of our painting challenges.
Would it be
But, yeah,
Captain Jack?
it is Captain Jack. Clap, 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 oh, clap, clap, clap. Well done, well
I think you start on this one, my friend.
Yeah, so Jack, once again, I, I know Tom struggled with this, but I think he's tired and he's had a lot of heat and work. But your painting style does come through here. But yeah, it's very similar to Aaron's actually. Now you've mentioned it.
That's why I said it. That's the only reason I was a bit
Yeah,
unsure because it's got a similar rusty style to his orcs.
yeah,
That's
definitely. I don't know how much. Like, I'd like to think that because we're entering these painting challenges, people are kind of taking on different styles and different flavors and trying new things. And I think, yeah, it's really, really good. Jack, once again, great job on the skin there of the orc. Very well defined face. Very impressed. Once again,
yeah.
hats off.
Yeah, I'd say I love the subdued palette on that as well.
Mm,
It's very kind of. It's like
yeah,
it almost feels like a film grain filter, but very cool.
yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
And
Squid.
that's Squeak's mouth. Jeez,
Yeah.
he looks angry.
Well, I mean,
Do you think
squigs generally aren't the most friendliest of creatures.
I don't know. Orcs have them as pets. Maybe you just got to get to
Yeah,
know them.
yeah, grots get eaten by them, don't they?
Got to stick a finger in, and it'll be fine.
Not even. Let's not go down that route. Um,
Up, up, and away!
I think you just make it more angry.
Probably would make it more angry. I think we lost a couple of people on that one. So
yes,
Jack,
great looking model. So,
yeah, very nice, very nice, and yeah, good palette work, good skin definition on there. I love the Squig's mouth; it looks
yeah.
that looks beautiful. So yeah, Jack, well done. Clap, 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 clap.
Right, and I suppose we should probably announce who. Well, I take it we're sticking with the original decision from earlier.
We are. But
Okay.
Tom, he's in the chat. I think I got the wrong name. He's got a different Discord name to his YouTube
That's what
name.
I thought. I think I know who you is
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, shh.
Yeah. So I'll let you announce it when it pops up on the screen. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, okay. Dun, 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 dun. Well done, Mr. Higgins. I believe this is you. Good job. Once again, it kind of fitted with the theme very nicely. A couple of people saying now, obviously with the books, etc. And it is, yeah, a dynamic duo, and very, very nice job you've done there as well.
Indeed.
Kind of hoping they're going to see some action now. I like to think that they were just sitting on the side, just waiting, and then suddenly, boof, you can use them. So yeah, honestly, great job on that
Indeed,
one.
I
Very
agree
well
completely.
done.
Yeah. Fantastic work.
Yeah, but as always, well done, everyone. Everyone that entered, put some effort in. That's really appreciated. You guys are doing a great job. So
And looking forward
thank
to
you.
putting the collage together at the end of the year.
Yeah, exactly. So this time, There was a bit of a head start for some people. However, we still have 2 weeks, which is a plenty of time. So, guys, this time we would like you. It's a bit different to the others. You can paint any infantry model you have, but you can only use 3 colors.
3-color challenge, baby.
3 color challenge. Yeah, you can use a wash and a highlight, but it's 3 colors. You can do whatever you want on the base. You can use 30 colors on the base if you really want. But it's down to.
Don't say things like that. You know what's going to happen? Someone's going to be like, line 1.
Yeah. Super
So
rainbow.
you're saying 3 colors, and you can use an additional wash and a.
Yep.
Yeah. So okay, fine. Just want to make sure everyone's clear.
Yep. Yeah,
Good.
exactly. Good
What about
times.
mixing colors?
No mixing colors. No mixing.
Just take red,
can have a
red,
highlight.
green, and blue.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I know what they're playing at. Unbelievable. So, guys, get some. I think a couple of people are already working on things, but if you'd like to take part in the painting challenge, come along to our Discord, join our family.
I will put another link in now. Someone actually just joined who's Winter Mule in Discord. I'm not sure who that is in the chat at the moment, but welcome along.
And as always, people, if you know anyone, invite them to our Discord family. It's always good to have more people in here to add to our lovely painting challenges.
Let's just get this here. Where's it gone? I can't find it. There it is.
There we go. He's on it.
I lost my link for a minute then.
How's everyone's painting going?
There we go. Well, I've stopped for the moment because I can't concentrate at the moment. It is actually actually that warm.
It's very warm. I've got the door open today.
Literally have this sat here, just
Well, I'll have to get some proper aircon in here. That'd be amazing.
That'd be nice. I know. It's just. I was trying to concentrate, but it's really hard to. Must admit, when you're painting and it's a bit warm, it is actually quite hard to concentrate on painting.
Absolutely.
I'll do the extreme from the office, I think, because we do have aircon in there.
Yeah.
I have finished the red on them though. I did finish the red sections on these guys, so I'm a stage ahead.
Nice.
Typically though, because I've got next week off, I'll be able to concentrate a bit more readily on it, I think.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Mr. Blue, pop some pictures on your terrain up in our Discord. That'd be great. Hello, Range. Good to see you, my friend.
Yes, welcome. So yeah, I'm just trying to get my head into gear at the moment because it's I feel like I've been a bit out of the hobby loop for a couple of weeks.
It's quite hard. I mean, the temperature is a major factor in it, isn't it? Like you said, it's quite hard to concentrate when you're just sweating, sitting still. So it's a hard thing to get that paint onto a model.
Mr. Higgins, I know your feeling, my friend. I mean, obviously, I have the travel box that my sister bought me a while ago for doing such trips. But I've found, as I think Don mentioned earlier, that actually when you're sitting there after you've worked a full day and you're in a hotel room and you're like a bit kind of like, do I want to paint? And you're like, not really. I do, I don't. And then you sit there and you think, I'll just put the telly on for a bit, and then you lie down for 2 seconds, and it's like, oh, it's 6 a.m.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, we're not really made for hot weather over here, are we? We say it every year.
What do you mean? I'm wearing woolly shorts.
Oh, nice. So yeah, it's hard to keep motivated in this weather, really. And I think things like tournaments and painting challenges are a good way of just keeping
on track,
getting on and doing it. Yeah, exactly. Definitely.
Yeah, because I mean, me and Dom are due an Apocalypse game soon as well, I think.
Yeah, indeed.
Don't really fancy doing that in the summer though.
Oh man, it's very sweaty. It's just like if we play at yours, it's trying to heave up like 15,000 points of chaos.
Yes, you don't mind doing that. You love it.
Up to the top floor.
You love it. You love coming over for a game.
I do love coming over for a game. That is true. That is very true.
Well, we got to do a point increase for next one, haven't we? So. Oh, actually, well,
Need
I know
to-
what you were supposed to be putting in, but I don't know if you're ever going to
Yep,
finish it. So
I will be in. Don't you worry about that, my little sausage head. Don't you worry about
is it already
that.
being built then?
Has it though? Has it?
I'm asking, is it already being built?
Maybe, maybe not. But it is
Just so
there
you know, guys,
somewhere.
that's a no, everyone. He hasn't even touched it. It's probably currently warping in the heat under his
Dare
table.
you? I'm currently warping in the heat under my table. Tom, you are listening, or have you finished listening to?
I am currently
Uh,
listening to Mortis. I have listened to about an hour, two, no, must be 3 hours now actually of it so far. And I am steadily getting into it and enjoying it. It's a different pace of book, in my opinion,
it's a bit different.
but it's actually quite a welcome change um, to the series because it gives us a couple of different perspectives on things, which I quite enjoy. I don't want to give it away too long, but anyone who hasn't heard of it, the book 5 of the Solar War, not Solar War, sorry, Siege of Terror is out, and it's called Mortis, and it's basically focused around, well, it's starting to focus around Titan legions and things like that, and it's written by John French, who's a very good author for the Black Library. So I would highly recommend checking it out if you get a chance.
Absolutely. I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I did. Like Titans haven't always been something in horror heresy that I've been particularly attracted to. Um, However, I did find myself going, this is actually pretty darn good.
Yeah. Well, I suppose the thing with Titan books is that you're being asked to focus on the people of the Titan rather than the Titan itself, which
Yep.
is, and it's a strange entity to try and get your head around because it's not really about the Titan itself. It's about the crew that pilots the Titan. You know,
It's quite a foreign
yeah,
concept. I mean, it's pretty hard to wrap your head around like a 8 foot tall superhuman in armor. Like,
exactly. But you can relate to it to a certain extent because it's humanoid. You know,
yeah,
that's the thing. Um, but with regards to Titans, they're basically controlled by a lot of, oh, is it Moderati? Is that the one? Is that the one?
I believe so. I
I
think
think
that's
it's
the term.
Moderati, isn't it? Yeah. And then they have a princeps that basically is in the tank inside, controlling the overall thing through essentially thought links, sympathetic links through to the thing, and it's an interesting concept. Um,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So now I finished that. Really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing where they're going next.
which I'm interested to see how many
Um,
books there are because they're only about halfway through the siege, aren't they, at the moment?
mm.
So I think the siege is 60 something days, isn't it? 67 days or something. I'm gonna check now.
uh, it's good because I like not giving too much away. But if you're kind of up with the series already, you kind of know where it's going, and
Yeah.
you really kind of you really want the defenders to do well. However, you know where it's going and what's happening, so you're kind of going, all right, oh dear, it's not good. It's a bit like when I first read like the beginning 3 books, and they're going, oh, it's Stefan. I'm like, don't go down there. It's a trap.
Oh, there's 8 books in total. They've confirmed.
Okay.
So we're over halfway.
Oh, nice.
But I think
Has
it's
anyone else caught up with all the books yet?
I can tell you the next one by the way is going to be called Warhawk, which
Oh, I wonder who that's going to
oh
focus
mate,
on.
I'm looking forward to that one. Honestly, I mean, I'm not like a major like White Scars fan, but he's been such a cool character in the Siege Terror books, just in general,
Yeah,
and he's been very aloof at the moment, so it's quite cool to sort of see him coming into it a bit more.
it's a bit like Dawn as well. I think I said last week when I was rambling by myself like a crazy man. I think Dawn's definitely come into his own in the siege, and a bit like the Khan as well. There wasn't really that much about him before. Like we
No.
knew a fair bit about Sanguinius and how brilliant he was, and everyone loved him. But the
Whee!
Khan and Dawn was like, well, these two that quite mysterious figures,
Yeah,
and suddenly you're like you said before, not really that bothered with the Khan. And you're like, yeah, he's good. Let's
he's
bring on
got
the
he's got
Khan.
such a weird, not weird, he's got a very odd concept of how he runs his legion in the old series, and you can see the difference in his ethos and his thinking, and I think actually one of the things these books have done is actually highlighted the legion differences,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
even
very much
between the
so.
loyalists.
Yeah,
It's quite cool.
it's very much a concentrated version, where you find yourself in the 40k books, and they're a lot more of the lead where the chapters are so
Yeah,
diluted in comparison. It's quite nice to see like what they were originally like. But I have finished listening to Alfarius,
Oh, you make me want
Head
to
of the
read that.
Hydra. It's only like so. Mortis is what 12 hours long.
I think it's 12 to 16 hours. I think, yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
Alfarius Primarch one is 6 hours long. I got through that in 2 days. I could not stop listening to it. I might go back and listen to it again. Uh, so I'm hoping Mr. Blue has read it or listened to it. I'm sure he probably has. But wow! I was just like, it's definitely in my top three of
Oh,
the
really?
horror heresy
Oh.
must-haves to read or listen to. Like I said, wherever you want to take in your story. But I want to talk about it, but as you can imagine, it's just full of spoilers.
Well, what we should
Uh,
do one night, one of these, is maybe get some of our favourite books, do some detailed notes on it, and it just explain as a tagline that we'll be talking about them
yeah,
before, so people will understand when they come on. Because I must admit, it would be nice to talk a bit more detail on some of the books, especially some of the first Solar War ones as well. I'd like to go back and listen to them again and just recap them. Um, because I must admit, I'm trying to think what my favourite Horus Heresy novel was. I mean, I still stand by it. I really loved the first one because this is the
yeah,
pure introduction it gave you to that era. In fact, the first three books, in my opinion, are still some of the best in that entire series by a long shot because they it's amazing. You kind of get to a point where you were in at the moment in three books, and then it branched off into this maze of absolute
yeah,
madness, you know.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and it's such a it's a real shame that we're playing in the 40k era. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, yeah,
In that
definitely.
in that weird kind of way. I'd love to sort of have a game. Obviously, I know 30k exists, but it's I don't really like the way it's.
See you later, Jack.
Oh, take care, Jack. I don't really like the game system they're using for it, which is a shame. Plus, it feels like you'd have to collect a whole another army on top of what you've collected already just to get involved with it, which is kind of, you know,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can use the same models
yeah.
if you wanted to, but
I couldn't. It wouldn't work for me. It's not the same.
yeah,
Yeah, when we were going to start at that time, we both committed to sort of doing. I'm going to do this army. You're going to do that army. We're going to make them that way because we were going to do Night Lords, Dark Angels, weren't we? That was basically. I mean, I still ended up doing Night Lords, but I ended up making them 40k Night Lords. Um,
yeah, yeah.
just
And now you've kind of branched so far away from the 30k roots.
yeah.
It's one of those things, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Well, the problem is the helmets. You see, that's the problem with Night Lords. They did. I don't think they had the big bat wings originally. Yeah, they were new additions. So, um, but yeah,
Yeah, no,
maybe
it's
one day. Maybe one day we'll start a slow grow 30k campaign once they change the rules for the missions.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, like you said, I think we should do that. If people are interested, I'd quite like to quite be honest with talking it because the problem is you'll talk about it here and then someone will go, "Oh, I haven't read that yet," and now I know a massive spoiler in it.
Yeah, but that's why
So
we do
yeah,
it with in a controlled environment where we explain that there will be spoilers for these particular books during this evening's thing, and we'll try and warn before we talk about each one.
yeah. Is there
Um,
any particular books you guys would like us to talk about?
yeah, just
I'm
many,
sure we
hopefully
would
ones
both
we've read.
happily, yeah, I would happily read or listen to it if I hadn't already, or I'll probably go back through
I
it
don't
again
mind
anyway.
re-listening to some of them. There's a lot of the Horus Heresy ones I'd quite happily go back and listen to. Although some of them are very long, very long.
Yeah, don't disturb me for 2 days.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But obviously, there's also been the announcement of the Wolf Time book. So obviously
Yeah,
that's alluding to a certain individual of Mr. Russ. So it'd be interesting to see if that's genuine what's being alluded to. I suspect it's probably a ruse.
yeah.
I don't see Liam Russ coming back at the moment, and mainly because they've already done a Space Wolf book. It really seems an odd thing to do. I think.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it's quite the right time to be bringing him back,
No,
unfortunately. Um,
I would say anyone who's
but
had a book back recently would not be getting any major characters back just yet. So,
yeah, absolutely.
but it might be
I think
alluding to it.
But then again, I think all the loyalist chapters have had
Yeah,
ones with codexes.
yes.
Blood angels, space wolves, dark angels have had
It's only
something
Grey
out now.
Knights, I think now, and we know they're getting one, and they haven't really confirmed anything major for that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which is a shame in some ways. Like that, it would be quite nice that another loyalist Primarch would return.
Well, it means
However,
they'd have to do another heretic one as well.
mm,
But and as Mr. Lee says, they probably are laying the ground for a Rust. Well, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, also you got Vulcan about there somewhere. I think the Salamander story about their finding the artifacts for Vulcan is quite an interesting one. I'd like to see them do some stuff with that as well. It'd be quite a cool story to kind of advance on. Oh, what's that?
I'd like to see the Khan return.
The Khan would be cool.
I
Mr.
think
Blue
he'd be a
has
good.
painted some of his ruins, by the way, in case you were interested. So,
Very nice. I'll go check them out on
excellent.
our
Very nice work,
Discord in
mate.
a little while.
But I think I think progressing the main 40k storyline is quite a difficult thing to do because you're trying to match it with a rule set, and I think that's where it becomes more of a problem. Because obviously, when people get these new models, they want to be able to play them in competitive settings. When in fact, actually, it'd be much better if it was a narrative-based rule set on some levels, as in more focused on that.
Yeah.
But the majority of the playing that happens does happen in I suppose, a competitive way rather than a narrative way. Although I see the Crusade rules are hopefully going to get better. But I think the problem with the Crusade rules is that with the lag between codexes, it makes it very difficult for people to get enthusiastic about making a Crusade army.
Yeah. I can see your point there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the more I get I got the Sisters Codex the other
Yes.
day, and I got the Necron Codex, and you can kind of see that they're trying to embrace that narrative thing
Yeah.
with the Crusade, which I think is a really nice thing to do, rather than completely forget about it and move on. So it's something they've got kind of in the background there, and it's nice to see they are kind of releasing stuff, which is good. But yeah, I think just the Codex kind of lag generally across the board.
Yeah.
Go back to the original,
No,
talking
no, I
about
know,
Chaos.
I know.
It's just frustrating
Yeah.
that you're kind of missing out on these bits. So if you wanted to do a Crusade Chaos Force, you want to have the nice new rules to play it.
Yes.
You don't have it. You like the generic stuff at the moment, which is a bit of a shame.
But obviously you've got the Warzone books, but again, I think they're if you look at how they've been released, they are definitely around Codex releases.
Absolutely,
They tend to,
yeah.
and I think that's I think obviously I just some people were pointing out that a lot of the Chaos rules have now been locked in the Charadon Act 2 book on the
Which,
app
as far as I know, essentially, it's going to be copy and paste from the previous
from
books.
the Faith and Fury books. I know a lot of people
Yeah,
are very
yeah,
upset about that. And I don't know if I'm saying this, I can't fully blame them. I think it is a bit cheeky. If you own the Faith and Fury book, for instance, and the same rules are basically copy and pasted and blocked into the Charadon book, and you had to get another book for
yeah.
them, it seems rather an odd. And also, as much as I love Games Workshop in certain ways, I do feel that there's been a slight shift especially the last, I think, 8 months or so, towards
Yeah.
a very bait and switch style of releasing, which is becoming, from my point of view, quite a draining task to keep up. It's
I
like
think
yeah, go on.
we're going to kind of see this kind of move away from GW in some aspects. Like, and this is just off my head. Like, you look back and you had like the ITC, etc.
Mm.
And Games Workshop were away from that, and then suddenly they kind of poof back there. All the rule sets were kind of implemented. I would not be surprised in the next couple of years that people will start going away from GW with their own particular kind of way of playing.
Yeah.
Like, they might go and say no campaign books, just codexes.
Back like it used to be. Yeah. Hmm.
Back like it used to be, because like you said, it's tiring. Like, how
Yeah.
many books do you want to be carrying around with you again? Like for Chaos at the moment, I would have
Oh,
at least three
it's
books.
ridiculous. Yeah.
3 books. And that's not fun.
And
Having
more
to
than
flick
likely, you need
between.
one thing from one of those books sometimes as well. You don't need all of it. So
Yeah,
I think they've missed a trick with not having some form of collection style binder system for their books, where you can just buy the set of rules that you want for your army and have that as a have that added in.
Yeah, it's just painful. Even with the AdMech stuff, like they've got that new book as well. So you got the AdMech Codex, and then you got to get this. And that's another thing that I'm getting on the soapbox.
Get
Like
it
so,
out.
AdMech,
Get it out now, Tom. Go on.
AdMech have got a brand new codex that we all know. I haven't seen it firsthand, but the rumor is they're blooming amazing. Okay, and then what comes next? A new book with more AdMech rules in there.
No, it's true. It's probably got. I mean, yes.
What's going on there?
I think, in all seriousness, I think campaign books should be kept purely to Crusade-based rules
Hmm.
and purely for narrative-based campaigns. They should not have competitive-based rule sets in them.
Yeah.
Because essentially it's basically what Forge World used to do. You used to have to sort of agree with an opponent. Can I use my Forge World book in this game? And
Yeah,
9 times
that's
out of
almost
10 it was probably all right. It was if you're having a friendly game. But in a tournament it was very much like, well, it's a bit stupidly powerful this, and it unbalances the game. So no, you can't use it, and you kind of like go, fair enough. Whereas now we're getting these campaign books which actually have game-winning combos in them, or stuff just to make your army actually competitive, which I think is one of the things that is a bit of a shame. But
yeah.
I don't see it stopping, if I'm totally honest.
No, I don't, and that's why I kind of think that there might be that move away
Yeah.
to have like an unofficial way of playing a game, rather than GW are suddenly, they had a bad patch for years where they
Oh god,
weren't really
it was awful. Yeah.
producing decent rules, and they were just doing nice models, and now they've kind of gone, hey, we could do this. But then I think they've gone, we can make money out of this.
Yeah.
We just keep printing books, like Mr. Blue said. They've essentially just copied and pasted
Yeah, exactly. No,
into
I
the
saw
new
that.
book.
I saw that, and read that as well. And yeah, and it's things like, as much as I really want to have the Black Templars supplement, I do now obviously realise that this is going to involve me carrying my Space Marine book and a supplement book with it again, and I'm just like, I mean, even now at the moment, just the fact that I've got to carry a separate FAQ round with me, which has got all my rules on it, is annoying as well. And really, if they adopted the format where I said where you could mix and match the stuff, so you made a list and you could take the data cards out and put all the rules with those in and have it in like a mix and match kind of binder system, that would be fantastic. Because then you could just take everything that was relevant in one thing.
But Tom, what you can do is you can own all those books. You can go out to GW and buy all those books. Let's say 50, 60 pounds worth of books.
More
But
than that.
what you can do instead of carrying those books around is then you can pay £5 a month for the privilege of having your rules on your phone.
Oh, but
But
if you buy it, there's a code in it. Don't forget.
yeah, no, that's what I mean. You can't access it until you've got the code from your codex
No.
you put into your app.
So this is
So you need to
yes.
buy the book to access the app, which you then have to pay for monthly anyway.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, what I'm probably going to do is buy the app, and I'm going to see how that goes because so it's subscribe to Warhammer Plus, whatever it is they're calling it, and go with that and see how it goes because and in all seriousness, it has made me rethink about possibly getting a tablet.
Having a tablet when you go for an event or
Yeah,
something.
because
I don't want to be negative about GW because I love what they do.
yes,
Look around me. But the
yeah,
problem is they've got to be held to account
yeah,
when they are running amok with my finances.
yes.
You know what I mean?
But unfortunately, the only way you get them to listen
books.
is to stop buying them. In all
Yeah,
seriousness, and I do feel like maybe some of this is also to push it more towards digital as well, because
yeah,
if you put people off having to buy the books, you kind of push them to digital versions of it, and for them that makes it's cheaper for them. They don't have to ship the books everywhere, But some people always want the books, and that's fair enough. But in all seriousness, it has made me really think about get the what's this say? Sorry, Dave says I used the app for a few rules checked today during the game, and it was handy. Yeah, it also the app's getting better from that point of view. It's really the key thing with the app is the search has to be spot on. You don't want to have to put in. I mean, I've put in stuff like Black Temple, and I've had rules come up from various things that
yeah.
was like, what's this got to do with what I'm looking up? Nothing. And you had to be able to. And also, what would be very nice is if you could, when you've created your list, you could then create a tag list for all of your rules in that list. They've got it's a bit more joined up thinking. That's when you but ultimately, if the Warhammer Plus app is going to be $5.99 a month, whatever it is, or $4.99 a month, and you get everything with it, it's probably worth at least trying it out for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I say, I'm not against the app. What
No.
I'm against is the constant release of books.
Yeah.
When you already have the rules, it's just like gaming. Why am I
Yeah.
paying for a
It's
patch?
DLC. It's DLC.
Yeah, why am I paying for this? Why should I pay for this? What happens if I don't pay for it? You know, I mean, like people might just go, actually, don't use our campaign books anymore. Just use your codex.
Yeah.
Have your FAQ, your codex. Because what did we have before? We had campaign books, and then we had the Psychic Awakening books,
Yeah.
and then we had our codexes, and then we'd have any other books that were released at the time. Yeah.
Look at that. That second shelf here. That is all the books from the previous edition that I owned, and some of the extra ones. And then up here is all the current. I mean, Christ's sake, I've only, I've got a lot of armies, but it gets to the point when I remember when I started buying when they did the 7th edition, sorry, the transition from 7th to 8th, when you had the campaign to
Indexes.
when you had and it was just like, and then all that became irrelevant as soon as 8th dropped. You're like, I've just spent £70 on this lot. But anyway, I don't want to get too negative. I'm not trying to be negative. It's more of it is an observation.
About being realistic as
yes.
well. It's about being realistic at how much you're willing to. If I was a new player, how do you get a new player and kind of go, how many books do you want to buy? Oh, by the way, that book may be out of date in a couple of months. It's just frustrating. There should be an element of transparency within the company that they go, this is how the codex are going, not a month in advance or 2 months in advance.
It was like that debacle with the Chaos Codex when they've released version 2, and just it was basically a reprint with some extra pages in it and a little version 2 symbol on it. You know, you're like, well, that's a nice idea, but unless you keep doing it, it's a really bad idea. If they only did it once, and that was the only book they did it on, so.
It's just bizarre, though.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember the exact history behind it, but essentially, you're right. Yeah, they just went, here's this codex.
It was Shadowspear.
Yeah, and there's stuff from Shadowspear, but put it all in a book. But then Space Marines have a new codex. Not a codex with all the extra bits put in. Here's a brand new codex. What's that about?
Okay, now we don't.
There's no one talk. There's no one talk at Games Workshop. Does everyone kind of go, right, you guys, you're doing a Tyranid codex. Don't worry too much. No one's that bothered. You lot are doing the Space Marine codex. Don't talk to them. But don't talk to these ones over here. You're all on your separate projects. No one talks to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not going on that rant anymore. It upsets me. It upsets you. It upsets everyone else.
I mean, in all seriousness, though, I think I may have to call it a night in a minute.
Okay, mate. No problem.
I'm starting to melt a little bit in here. Need to get this door open and stuff, and some windows open. And I think my throat quite hasn't recovered from last week either.
Oh dear. Okay, that's fine. That is
fine. As long as you're on the same similar wavelength, mate. I don't want to cut it short for everyone, but we'll try and obviously get back to a full. I mean, I'm off next week, so I can do a nice full good stream and get some proper painting done, I think, as well. So
nice. Well, Tom, it's been lovely to see you again.
Oh no, honestly, it's been fantastic just coming back and talking to you guys again, and just being back in my own home.
That's always nice.
It's
always pleasant, and I think I would just keep upsetting myself about the codex situation. But guys, remember there's a painting challenge. I'll put it's already pinned in the painting challenge Discord channel. So go and check it out. Hopefully you'll all take part. It's a nice, easy one to a degree. It depends how easy you want to make it. So any infantry model, 3 colors, highlight and wash.
Indeed.
Buff. Go for it. But I think we're going to call it there. So this is Dom and
Tom
from Black Toe Studios. Thank you very much for watching. And we will be back soon.
Indeed. We'll speak to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Oh, Goblin Gaming. Go buy something.